Everybody. I thought that I would do one more hair and makeup tutorial, and I hope you aren't getting tired of these, but I thought that I would do one more that's geared more towards the very classic glamorous look. And a couple of people ask why I don't take liner all the way across my eye. I just don't particularly care for it on myself, so I thought, well, I'll do one that I go all the way across. Again, I am making this look age appropriate, perhaps giving us a vintage beauty. And I liked that. Somebody said to me, I'm more the vintage type. Anyway, I'll come in close so you can see the eye look we're going to do today. I'm using, it's more that Veronica Lake, Marilyn Monroe-ish, that is age appropriate. Okay, it looks a lot like the Brigitte Bardot, but those women wore their makeup all the same. I have kept with a very bright lip, kind of my tribute to the now late Elizabeth Taylor, because she always wore very, very bright classic lips. I would have done her look, but my hair, I can't get my hair to do anything that she's done because she always had shorter hair and she had those beautiful violet eyes that I just would not be able to do justice to, whatever. Okay, so let's get started so we're not looking at a really super duper long video, and we'll get going. Okay, I'm going to be using all MAC eyeshadows, and these are my most favorite MAC colors. They are all in the neutral family. The first color I'm going to start out with is Brule, and I'm just going to take a big fat fluffy brush from MAC, and let me get my mirror close so that I don't go out of the frame. I'm just going to pack it on under my eyebrow, okay? I'm going to go in and get a little more and just go underneath the eyebrows. Now I have made my eyebrows a little bit more definite, however you can't really see it as definite as it is in person because the women of those days wore their eyebrows very, very, very defined, okay? So I've just put the Brule just underneath my eyebrow just to give it a sharper line. Now I'm going to go in with a color that's called Bisque. There you go. It is more of a skin tone beige, white skin tone. More, it's still a white color, but it has a little more of the skin tone to it because if I do this look with just white, it's too much for me. So I'm going to go in. Well, I'm going to bring my trusty little mirror, and I'm just going to pack that onto my lid. Okay. Go back in and take some of that bisque and pack it on, and then run it up to meet the Brule, okay? Just to make them come together, okay? So you are just creating your foundation for the eye palette. And then we are going to paint. Okay, let's see, here we go. Okay, so we've got that part done. Now I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush, and I'm going to take the color Soft Brown, which is this one right here. Okay, Soft Brown. I'm going to put it on the tip of my fluffy brush. Now with this, when I have shown you before things that I've done, I've started from the inner eye and worked up and out. This time I'm not going to put too much in here because those women did not really put a whole lot on the inner part of their eye. They focused everything in the crease, the outer, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm still working with an up because we don't want to drag down, so I'm going to go right in here and I'm going to just put that color. Again, I still have to create the illusion of having that strong crease, which I do not have. And I'm just going to take that color up and feather it out, focusing only on the outer half of that eye, okay? And the crease area. All right, I should have plugged my lamp in, but I did not. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I need my light. Alrighty, okay, it's a little too dark for me in here to see what I'm doing, so... Okay. Okay, so I'm sweeping it across and up, not going all the way to the brow, just partially, halfway. Okay, all right, so there's that. Now, I'm going to go in and I'm going to take where's that teeny little weeny brush I use? And I recommend this for people that are just really learning how to do this. If you use a brush that's too big, you're going to be all over the place. So if you want to really get a definite, if you can see from this eye, it looks like I have a crease and I have this really youthful looking eye, where this one you see no definition in it because my eye is starting to droop, just like, well, that's part of aging, and it's youthfully drooping. Okay, youthfully. Okay, so I'm going to take this tiny little brush that looks like this. This is like a Target brush I bought from Sonia Kashuk or something like that. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to take the color Saddle. Okay, and that is this one right here. I'm just going to take the brush in there, that tip of that little brush, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to create myself a little crease. See? Creating the crease. If I stop and see? Okay, it's creating a crease. Okay, remember, you don't want to drag it too far down, but you want to get the definition of that crease. Work a little bit up with it, and then you're going to go back in with your fluffy brush, a clean one, because you don't want to smother out that color. You just want to soften the edges of it. Because now if you look at me, you can see, oh yeah, she has a little definition there, okay? So now we're going to take that. I'm going to soften the lines on that. Like a little windshield wiper, small little strokes. And if it takes you a little bit, it takes you a little bit, but you'll get the hang of it. Soften that line out. Okay, now I'm going to go in and I am going to take a fluffy brush. And remember, when you go in with that fluffy brush, and I'm going to pick up the same color, Saddle, and I'm just going to touch it lightly on it, okay? You don't want to get a lot on. And then tap, okay? Now, I'm going to go and just really feather that out a little bit more and soften that line. But you'll see the difference when I pull my brush away, circle in and up, and I've created a crease. Okay, see? All right? Now, I'm going to take the brush again because I think I want it just a little more defined so that it matches the other one. I'm going to do the same thing with the Saddle. And I'm just going to go back. And I'm going to just touch it in there a little bit more and really define it good. I'm sorry. Okay, see how I've defined that? Now take the fluffy brush again and just soften the lines on it. Working up on this side, do not work down, always circling up and in, and soften by feathering it, okay? So now I've created a crease in my eye, all right? Now, I'm going to take, this time I'm going to change. Now, back in those days, those women all wore black eyeliner. If you have the skin tone, your hair is dark, your skin is olive, your eyes are very dark, you can still pull off black. And just because I wear brown, because I think it's more appropriate for me at my age, doesn't mean that you have to wear it that way. But, you know, I would suggest that sometime try a brown and see if it does soften your look a little bit. This one here that I'm using is by Givenchy, and it is a red brown because red browns work better on me, or a very true brown. Some browns will turn gray on me and they don't look good. They're like a brownish gray and they don't really accentuate or do any justice to my eyes. So I stay away from them. So I have a red brown here, okay? And notice I put nothing underneath the eyes because those women did not always put anything under their eyes. Lisa will love this look because Lisa likes to keep this area clean on her eyes, and she actually it suits her face better and her eyes. You'll notice if she comes around, her eye gets a little smaller, but when she does it, you know, she does that beautiful flick out and she keeps this area all clean. Her eyes, especially being that beautiful blue that they are, really, really pop off her face. So if you have that same problem, I don't ever use a liner underneath. I always use shadows. But if you have that same problem, try going without your liner just once or twice and see if that makes a little bit of a difference for you girls, okay? All right, so we're going to go in. Now, I keep my pencils a medium point when I'm doing this. If you get them too pointy, then you're going to get too much of a thin line. And you want to make this as quick as possible because doing an eyeliner is, I think, tough for a lot of people, including myself. On myself, eyeliner is harder for me. When I'm working on someone else, I don't have a real problem, but for myself, it's difficult to get that perfect line. So let's hope I can. Was that British? I think the British is coming out in me today. Oh, goody, I love it. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go in. And now normally I would work with both of my hands, but because I have to hold my mirror, it's going to take me a little bit here. But I'm going to go, and I'm going to angle that up. Okay, see, it's not going, I'm not angling it straight out, I'm angling up. You always want to angle up at this age. You never want to go out. And speaking of Elizabeth Taylor, if you look at the Cleopatra that she did, that liner extended straight out. As you notice her makeup when she got older, she stopped doing that and angled up. And I realized that was for a character, but she still was heavily made up most of the time. Okay, so you want to go up, bring that up a little bit. And this is where I'm going to have to put the mirror down and maybe pop out a frame just for a minute because I can't get it without, I have to give my eye a little bit of pull because with age my eye is getting a little crepey, so if I don't I get all those little jump marks, so I have to do it just for a moment, so bear with me folks. Okay, so I'm going to try to stay in, go across and keep it really close to your lash line. That's your goal here. Go right in and keep the line very thin as you get closer to the inner. And then as you work your way out, that's where you thicken the line. And now when you do your flick, you just don't leave your flick alone. You have to go back in and join it back to the rest of the eye, okay? So you've got that. Okay? So and I've got my flick, all right? I'm not going to do anything on the bottom. I'm just going to look and decide, see if they're even, and they are. I kind of keep this here is the thicker part, and then I always keep it thinner on the inner, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and take a little pencil brush, which looks like this. This is either Sigma or MAC, and you can, I've used it on the other eye. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to soften and kind of just blend it down a little bit. I'm not going to make it go away. I just want to soften the lines, smooth everything out so that it has a much softer look to it, okay? So that is that. But you notice it's going up, so it's drawing my eyes up because you all know my eyes are sagging, so I'm bringing them up. This video is going to go a little longer than 15 minutes, and hopefully I'll be able to upload it the correct way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another pencil brush, and I'm going to go in and I'm just going to take Embark, which is a very deep brown right there. I'm just going to put it on the tip, and what I'm going to do is just go right on the edge and deepen that line right there so that the focus of my eyes is always out and up. Okay, so that is that for that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the Costa Rica, which is different from the Teddy. It is a much deeper brown, and I'm going to do the tight line very close to my lashes just so that they look like their false eyelashes are much thicker. I would, if I were going out very fancy, put on false eyelashes, but I'm not going to do it for the camera because, well, let's just face it, I stink at it. It takes me quite a while. You'd be here for days with me. Days, folks, just days. Okay, so now that's it for that look. I'm going to go in and I'm going to take my eyelash curler and I am going to curl my lashes. And I just hold them, usually for the count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I kind of rush it because I never know how much time I have left. Because I'm older. I'm getting old. Okay, we let it go. Again, I go in with my Lancome Sills Booster. And I just do the outer lashes. I do those thicker than the inner lashes because I want all the focus on the outside. And, you know, I go like a wild woman. I get it all over the place. I just go in and clean it up. Okay, so that's what you would do there. Highlight on the outer corners, okay? And that would be like this, just going like this. Oh. Okay, so then you let that dry up a little bit. And I might be able to cut this video short. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you would normally put your, mascara on. Not normally, you would. And then I'm going to come back with a very glamorous Veronica Lake style hairstyle. And style. How many times can I say style? Anyway, going to put my mascara on and I'll be back. This is another one of those teasers. You must come back to see the hair. Okay, have a great day, folks, and I'll be right back. See ya. Don't forget to subscribe. It's an anti-ager. Bye-bye. Where is that arrow? There it is. Without the glasses, I can't see how to turn you off.